Mm. Hey, hey, mm. Oh my god. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Manze, I am so grateful. Maybe I should start by saying that I really am for you supporting this channel, for subscribing, for liking, for leaving those cute, nice comments. And especially, it's more interesting when the channel is new because I know exactly who's leaving a comment. I know exactly who's texting me. I don't have any subscribers that I don't know. You know what I mean? Like everybody I do know personally. And so thank you so much. The support you get from your friends first before anybody else means a lot. And I'm so grateful. So very happy. I went to sleep blonde. I woke up black. Okay. Anyway, I'm so excited, guys. I feel like I love Sundays because I love Mondays. So Sunday sort of says, tomorrow is your favorite day of the week. I love beginnings. I love Mondays. I feel like Mondays are always the beginning of the week, the setting of the week. So I have to be excited to begin my Mondays excited so that if the week is crazy for any kind of reason, I'll have more energy to survive the week from the Monday. And so I am excited. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you enjoyed this video. And remember to subscribe, to share. No, you have already subscribed. So share, like, leave a comment below. Just do the good stuff. Do the nice things. It feels good from this other side. Now, let's talk about something. I was reading a certain book. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. I'm reading this book. It's called Woman of Confidence by Pam Farrell. I hope that's how you say her name. But it's such a good book. I just started, but I can already recommend it. It's such a good book. It's a nice, easy read. It's not complicated. It's one of those books that you can actually just read and keep reading. It's very easy to read. It's very easy to understand. It's not complicated. Anyway, so I came through a certain quote, I should say, or maybe a sentence. Those things that jump at you. I read that there is nothing more vital, more central to your own self-confidence than your confidence in God. How true is that? There is nothing more vital, nothing more central to your own self-confidence than your confidence in God. Let me tell you a story, guys. When I was around, I think 18 or 19, that is 10, 11 years ago, I remember I was in like the youth ministry or whatever in church. And so I know there's a book that we did. It's called Mizizi. Now, young people, I think most young people have come across the Mizizi book, but if you have, for me, there are two things I remember so vividly. There's a verse I remember vividly from that book, and there's also the first topic of that book. That book was meant to be like a discipleship or maybe a mentorship book that we used to do like a youth. You do like a couple of guys for a certain number of weeks, and then you graduate from it. And I did it. But funny thing, the one thing that has stuck with me is the first topic of that book, because the first topic was like somewhat in the lines of we were required to define who God was to us. It's like someone asking me, who is God to you? Ama, what is the image? Who do you think God is? Yes. Who do you think God is in your own mind, in your own creativity? Who do you picture God to be? Wow. Wow, you guys. Yeah, and I remember it very well because I know exactly what my answer was. And I can remember a couple of other guys' answers. But for me, God then was like an old person. Okay? And an old person in the sense that I had a grandfather then. My mom's stepdad was of the Indian descent, so he was white. He was white. He was Indian, and he had, because he was old, he had really long white beard, white hairs, and for me, I don't know, I could not think beyond my grandfather. And I think it's because he was such a nice person. He was such a nice guka, like typical gukas. He was so nice. He'd buy you sweets. He was Indian, so he would cook. And to me, I could not think of God as beyond a nice old man with like beard. And then the way they say God, the stories when we were young, like the way he's white, the way he's white, and the way, I don't know. So for me, from the bottom of my heart, that was who God was to me then. And let me tell you, my friends, if you ask yourself, who is God to you? And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why you need to know who God is to you. You really need to know God. You need to define God in your mind. And it's not a task that should take you more than 3 minutes, because if you do know God, if you are a Christian, then there's a certain image of God in you. Maybe some of you picture him as the king of the earth. Amekaa hapo juu ako, unatenda dhambi, the people who think God is like a strict person. Amekaa hivi anangoja utende dhambi, akuchape slap, And even with that is who you think God is. And it has a lot to do with who you are as a person. Now, so remember me, I used to think God was a nice old person. So if you come to him with like excuses, he will listen, he will forgive. When I do something nice, he's going to reward me. Yeah, because God to me is nothing beyond who my grandfather was. And now that I've grown older, now that I read that book, it all came back to me. Because until you define who God is in your life, you cannot define your own life. You can't. If you do not think God as a rewarder, if you don't think of God as a giver, if you don't think of God as someone that forgives, how are you able to do these things in your own life? You're probably the one person that doesn't forgive. You don't give, even to others, And so, even if I don't say anything else today, take this one from me. Define who God is in your life. And these are some of those things that you do as a person, as in no one else mind. And good thing is you're not shouting it. I'm not asking you to shout it down at the comments below. It's something that is personal. Define who God is. Define who God is. Because if God is a confident God, then you can be a confident person in him. If God is a giver, then you can be a giving person in him. If God forgives, then you can be a forgiving person in him. You know what I'm saying? And it's not something that you need to be preached to get. You just know. Just know that most of your life, at least the life that you're to live from now going forward, because this is where it ends. This is where your past ends. As long as you're listening to this, where you are right now, the life that you're supposed to live after this is directly connected to who you think God is, or who you would define God to be. Okay? It's not a task, guys. It's not a task. It's something that you can do within 2 seconds. Within 2 seconds, manze. And get yourself this book if you can. I bought it at textbook center, the one at TRM, and like, oh yeah, it was only 750 shillings, guys. 750 shillings. I think it's a good read, and it's one of those books, honestly. By the way, as we go forward, we're going to share a lot more from whatever is within this book. Whatever jumps at me, whatever speaks something into me, I'm probably gonna come and share it with you. But wouldn't it be more fun if you're also reading the same book? So when I say something, it's actually it's something that you understand, it's something that you know. Yeah? It would be more fun, isn't it? So go get yourself a book. Just go buy the book. Alright? And remember, there is nothing more vital, more central to your own self-confidence than your confidence in God. There's nothing more vital. Alright? There's nothing more central to your own life, okay, than who you think God is in your life. See ya! I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and we're trying to be a bit consistent, but you know, define consistency. Bye!